Today I want to share with you a quick tutorial for the 2-color Italian cast on for brioche knitting. This is fabulous for brioche because it creates this wonderful seamless edge that makes the cowl or whatever project you're working on fully reversible, which is fun for brioche because it does make this beautiful reversible fabric. So let's get started. You need needles and yarn. For this cowl, it is a bulky weight, so I'm actually holding 2 strands together for my main color or color A and a single strand for my color B, and I have US 10.5 needles. This can also be worked in different weights, and if you are just kind of playing around, I would use a yarn or a needle that is probably about 2 sizes smaller than you would typically for the weight that you're working with. So what you start with is a simple slip knot that you're going to be putting on your needles. Now this slip knot is not going to be used, it's not actually part of the work, it is just holding it in place. So now you're going to get your yarn situated. You want your yarn A, your main color, that yarn that's going to be in front, over your pointer finger, and you will have your yarn B, or the yarn that's going to be in back while you're working, over your thumb. Now to begin, you will dip under the color B, go over the top of color A on your index finger, and pull that color up and around so that you're creating this nice stitch right here. Then you're going to go under your color A and over the top of your color B, pulling it under that color A, creating your second stitch. And you just do that again and again until you get the number of stitches you are going for. So you go under B, over A, pull it around, under A, over B, and pull under A. You just keep working back and forth. It's a nice, smooth, quick cast on once you get the hang of it. Under B, over A for a main color stitch, under A, over B for a contrast color stitch. This creates the kind of knit and purl look. So now that I've cast on the full 48 stitches for my cowl, I am getting ready to work the setup rows. And I like to work the setup rows. Some people just join straight in the round, and that can be fine, but as you'll see, it's nice and straight while here on the needle, but then when it goes off onto the cord, it gets turned and twisted. So this gets undone when you are working those setup rows. So using color A, you'll turn, you're going to do your slip 1 yarn over, and then purl. And when you are doing the slip 1 yarn over, you're actually flipping these purl stitches, which are twisted. So you are going through the back loop to correct those stitches and get them sitting on your needle properly. Let me take a second to show you. So if you'll see, this stitch here is sitting, your typical stitch, it's sitting backwards. So your typical stitch sits like this with that front leg in front of the needle, or with the right leg in front of the needle. But currently your right leg is sitting to the back of the needle. So when you are doing your slip 1 yarn over, you're going to be going from the back of the needle to pull it forward. And you're slipping it knitwise through the back loop to flip that stitch. I've worked that entire setup row and I've come to the end, and all I have left is that slip knot. So all I'm going to do now is slip that off the needle and pull it free. Now I'm going to slide all of these stitches back to the other end. So now I'm going to begin with a brioche knit 1. Slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit 1. And what a brioche knit is simply knitting the stitch together with the wrap. Now this cast on may look a little bit different from other Italian cast-ons that you've seen. And that is because I like to, you end up kind of, it almost looks like you're working 4 setup rows because you're going to turn again at the end of this and then begin working in the round, but you will not actually join in the round until you're working round 2. Others may have you cast on and then you will cast on kind of on the wrong side. So then you would start joining in the round at the end of these setups at the beginning of round 1. And that is also a totally valid way of doing it. I just find it's a little less confusing for me when I'm casting on the right side. Or when I'm casting on color 1 on the right side. Now that I've come to the end of that second setup row, both of my yarns are on the left side, so I will simply turn. And I am now ready to begin round 1 and create this beautiful cowl. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick tutorial.